is Jooha home. Today, I thought I would talk about some authors, the greatest figures in diverse genres who often represent American literature. My goal is to present you with five most famous American authors: Washington Irving, Edgar Allan Poe, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Mark Twain, and Ernest Hemingway. Talking about not only one but five authors in 10 minutes will not be easy for me, but I will give it my best shot. Ready? Now, first of all, I will begin by introducing Washington Irving. As the father of the American literature, it is indisputable that he is one of the Romanticism writer in early U.S. history. He started his career with writing in newspapers and magazines and became famous with a book called A History of New York. And then he started to write about English and American traditions, legends, and folk tales with a great success. It is amazing that stories like Rip Van Winkle and The Legend of Sleepy Hollow are still famous today. Now, he is renowned for the first American writer who wrote short stories and got international reputation. Now, let's turn our attention to another author, Edgar Allan Poe. Losing his mother in his childhood, Edgar Allan Poe was a sensitive and morbid person. He was addicted to gambling and alcohol at first and could not get much attention from critics. Then, starting from MS found in a battle, he wrote many short stories like The Gold Bug and poems like Annabel Lee. His writings are romantic or often full of melancholy, but he also deals with many very scrupulous and logical method of writing and opened a new genre of mysteries. Next is Nathaniel Hawthorne, who is also typical Romanticism writer. Different from Emerson or Thoreau, who were optimistic about human spirits and the future of the newborn country, Hawthorne concentrated on the dark side of human nature, on consciousness and matters with good and evil, virtue and sins. His most famous novels are The Scarlet Letter, The House of Seven Gables, and The Great Stone Face. Now, what we are seeing is the photo of Mark Twain. Mark Twain is also one of the famous American writers. His original name is Samuel Langhorne Clement, and his pen name is Mark Twain, means 2 fathoms deep, which means the depth of the Mississippi River, deep enough for a ship to pass. He is highly regarded as a great realism writer and also most American one. His frontier spirit, love for nature, and pursuit of freedom and equality are fully reflected in his famous stories like The Adventure of Huckleberry Finn. He also knew how to criticize and satire the society with a sense of humor, as we can see in his novels like The Prince and the Pauper and The Gilded Age. Before we see our last author today, let me pose a question. Have anyone here read the book called Old Man and the Sea? Our last author is Ernest Hemingway. He is very well known around the world. Born in 1899, Ernest Hemingway was a typical 20th century American writer. From World War I to Spanish Civil War, he experienced battles and wars himself and wrote many books about war, such as A Farewell to Arms, For Whom the Bell Tolls, and The Fifth Column. He disapproved the world of civilization and simply described tragic features of human with his own writing style. He became the Pulitzer and Nobel laureate with his book The Old Man and the Sea. America has a relatively short literary history compared to Europe or England, but as mentioned so far, there are many great authors. As I was searching about American authors, I found some astonishing things. This was such an honor that I could share with you. I didn't go in detail for each authors, but I told you some representative factors. I wish I could explain more in detail, but our time is limited, so I can't. I leave you with my recommendation to grab some of their best works and enjoy yourself. I appreciate your time.